hails and well met, and welcome to my dankest dungeon. I'm your host, Mally Nim, and today within these dank walls, myself, Twixie, and Ruby introduce DM Reign, PhoebeBane, and you, the viewer, to the Shadow of the Weird Wizard system with an introductory / tutorial one-shot. Shadow of the Weird Wizard is a wonderful fantasy TTRPG created by Robert J. Schwab. Shout out to Schwab Entertainment. We will be using the Roll20 virtual tabletop and the most excellent in-game music and sound by Syrinscape. Shout out to Syrinscape. Now, let me hand it over to my players to introduce themselves and who they are playing, starting with you, Twixie.
Hello there, thank you for the invite. Today I shall be playing a wonderful priest named Teach from the Tatterdemalion ancestry. And my tradition as follows is Order and War.
Hello, I'm Ruby the Lazy Goblin, and today I'm playing Tiffy, the Hobgoblin. And her tradition is Conjuration.
Yes, my name is DM Reign, and I am going to be playing Cambion Mage by the name of Neesha. And the tradition is our illusion.
And I'm Phoebe. I am playing a warg named Skrunkly, whose novice path is also a warg.
Links to the players in the description below. You'll also find the links to the Weird Wizard system and Syrinscape there as well. It began as a routine quest. You were hired to find missing farmers and discover the source of their disappearances. Following the superior tracking skills of Skrunkly, you located the poor souls, at least what remained of them. But the quarry that enacted this vile deed was nowhere to be found, their lair abandoned, save for wretched carvings in the victims' skulls and clues to a greater gathering. Teach identified the carvings as symbols of Ragra, the Devourer, and the clues led you further on your quest. You pursued the perpetrators for a few days, until the winds changed and the trail went cold. And so you decided to return to the village your quest originated from, to recover your strength and relay your findings. And that's where our adventure begins. The chill of the autumn breeze rustles through the trees, as leaves of orange, red, and yellow ride the winds to the ground. Our view follows 4 leaves as they drift towards the earth. First, passing by Skrunkly. Please describe yourself.
Yes, Skrunkly is a very tall woman, leading a little bit over 6 feet tall. She is more tanned and is wearing more minimalistic type of clothing, wearing like furs and stuff like that. And she walks with a more hunched gait, kind of. Always like keeping a lookout, vigilant about her surroundings. Clearly not used to being in a more like civilized area and always keeping her guard up.
And as the leaf passes by Skrunkly, we switch to another leaf passing down by Neesha. Please describe yourself.
Yes, Neesha is a young Cambion woman, standing at about 5'6", wearing kind of rugged, kind of cloth/leather, and a scarf that seems to be covering the lower half of her face. She seems to be kind of twitching or jumping at every shadow always looking back and forth, almost as if she's searching for something. And she has this little knack of brushing at her horns, suggesting that they may be a bit of a burden rather than some sort of a mannerism or whatnot, even though her horns are adorned in jewels and gems. Her eyes never stop moving, and she's always looking back and forth, very careful with her steps. And occasionally you can hear her whispering to herself and then laughing as if she's laughing at her own jokes.
And then we switch lower to another leaf as it drifts by. Tiffy, please describe yourself.
Tiffy is a small gray hobgoblin, very pointy ears, white hair, clothes very simple, some gray leather pants and a beige colored shirt, which is like has seen better days. The pants are kept up with some suspenders, and her gaze is mostly on the ground. When you see her from the front, you would almost think like her eyes are closed. And what is very prominent about her is that she's constantly smoking a pipe the whole time, actually. And yeah, that's it.
And as that leaf drifts to the ground past Tiffy, we focus on the final leaf and the final party member. Teach, please describe yourself.
As the leaf falls down in front of him, Teach watches with great curiosity him carrying himself in a fairly smart stride, stiff back, cane in his right hand as he places it on the floor with each step. Or well, he's holding himself up as best he probably can for a sentient pile of clothes. The cane would give an illusion that perhaps he might need aid in his walking, but you would never be able to tell. He is clothed from head to toe, colorful robes, a neck scarf, and a fez, very decorative, with two small pinprick eyes. He looks around very frequently, almost trying to discern a nature of this world, but he keeps confident stride next to his party members as he progresses ever on in his search for more knowledge.
And we follow that leaf to the ground, the four leaves conjoining in the same area, and then the wind picks up and rustles them back into the air as we see the four of you arriving at the village of Midrist. The sounds of merriment echo, and the smells of pumpkin-spiced food wafts towards you. Welcome back, a familiar voice is heard as you approach. You see Brother Michael, a middle-aged, portly man in brown and green priestly robes holding a walking stick as he greets you. You're just in time for the fall festival. I hope you bring good news.
Well, it might not be the best of news, but certainly we bring news for our hirer.
Were you able to find the farmers and rescue them from whatever perils that may have befallen them?
And what's left of them.
Yeah, sadly they did find the way that all mortals find.
Yes, unfortunately there was not much left to rescue by the time we got there.
That's horrible news. Do you know what might have caused it? What happened? Was it wild beast?
Wild beasts would not leave carvings on the remains of their fallen victims. I do believe that we are dealing with something a little more serious than just your band of wolves, or even bandits at that matter.
Well, you did find him, so I'll at least pay you for that. And Brother Michael will reach into his pouch and bring out 10 copper pieces for the 4 of you, 10 each. I think I could use you for more work, though. I really wish you could find the source of this. We can't afford to have any more disappearances around here. Be bad for the morale.
Well, certainly if we had another lead, but we tried following it for a while and eventually it seemed to run cold, so we thought it would be prudent to return here to relay our findings.
Well, I am blessed that you brought me this news, as unfortunate as it may be. But the fall festival is in full swing right now. We're not that big of a village. You might as well take a load off and rest for a while before you continue your quest. And I will gladly pay you even more if you're able to take care of these perpetrators of this foul act.
Well, I will certainly not turn down some more coin for our work, but what say you three? How do you feel about just giving a prod around here and possibly seeing what might be the cause?
Tiffy hits the pipe again, and you see, like, once she starts speaking, like, there's a puff of smoke coming out of her mouth, and she says, "Well, that's mostly appropriate, I guess."
Not the first time I've run security.
Well,
DM, I have a quick question
yes.
for roleplay purposes. What senses does a Tatterdemalion actually retain? Would it be all of them?
Fabric softener to use.
Yes, it depends on the brand. If you get generic, you lose all your senses. But no, a Tatterdemalion, please enlighten me. You should know. Please enlighten me and the audience. What kind of senses have you gained as a Tatterdemalion?
Teach, with his form of undeath and given his pursuits and what he has been blessed with from the god of death, I would imagine and interpret that Teach has definitely retained their eyesight for greater observation, as well as his hearing to a good degree. However, I do imagine from a lore perspective that Teach would not have a sense of smell or taste. And yes, I do have true vision. That is very true.
A very astute assessment. Yes, you would still retain your vision and hearing, though your vision is much better than those among the living with your true vision, and you have many immunities as well as traits for your movement, as in you make no sound when you move, and you provoke no opportunity attacks when you move past any foes.
Oh, I did. I do read the slippery trait here as well. I was unaware, so that will be a great boon in the battles that I am sure we will assail.
Brother Michael will turn to re-enter the village.
Right this way. Just follow me, and I'll show you what we have going on to this evening.
And as you follow Brother Michael into the village proper, you see that it has been decorated since you last acquired the quest. Homes with carved pumpkins on their doorstep. And as the evening approaches, you see paper lanterns strung up across the buildings and more. As you near the town square, you see that a few booths have been set up. A few different games or activities have been erected for this event. You see a halfling man with red parted hair and a red outfit has a 5-yard long rope tied up as a tightrope, only roughly 3 feet in the air. He is walking across it, balancing himself with a quarterstaff, saying to the passerbys, "Anyone want to take a chance? Take a chance. See if you can make it from one end to the other. Win a prize, win a prize." You also see a human man with hair combed back, slight mustache, at a hammer and bell game. "Over here, test your strength, test your strength. Hit the bell, win a prize, win a prize." You see another booth with a halfling lady with a bandana, curly hair, with different pastries of pumpkin pies and muffins, and also some hanging sausages as well. And she's, "Get your pumpkin spiced food over here. Pumpkin spice sausage, pumpkin spice muffins. I'll brew some fresh pumpkin spice tea for you." The scene is yours, players. There are other activities that you can gaze upon. You see another gentleman with an axe throwing booth with targets and axes laid out. You also see a heron individual. She has a small table out with some shells on top of it, a thimble rig game set up.
Yes, if you can find the nut under the shell, you'll win a prize. Please step up, step up.
Brother Michael will turn to you all.
Well, the evening is upon us, and I have a speech later welcoming in the great harvest we had, the great pumpkin harvest, and this is such a blessed night. It's the autumn equinox tonight. I'll be doing some prayers on the north, south, east, and west sides of the village, and then I'll come back to, I think there's a pumpkin carving contest as well. If you wish to try to enter into that, we'll have a prize for the fanciest pumpkin. Well, enjoy your stay, and I hope you're able to relax before you continue on your quest.
And the scene is yours, players.
I think it's been a while, like maybe a few decades since I carved a pumpkin.
These corporeal beings, you lot, you really seem to like this pumpkin. I certainly wish that I don't even remember what it was like to have a sense of taste or smell, but seeing everyone so jubilantly stuffing their faces with this orange thing just does look like it certainly brings an air of happiness.
What about you two? What would you like to do? this game there over there looks something for you. And I point at the hammer game for Skrunkly.
I was considering, but wasn't sure if it would be cheating.
What do you mean by cheating?
I had the idea to turn into a more wolfish appearance.
I look around. Would that stir panic among the people?
You have to look around to all like the random villagers. Probably. Now that you say that.
Look, Skrunkly, I know before we left I said that it was a good idea to possibly get you a collar and a leash for times like this. Therefore, people wouldn't be as scared of you if you, say, looked a little bit more domesticated.
Skrunkly's just gonna glare at them.
Well, I am sure you can do this without any of your special tricks.
Yeah, I guess I can give that a shot.
I personally quite like the look of this, what do they call it? This rope walk of sorts. It looks like it should just be some basic principles of balance. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Yeah, you don't look that heavy. Just gotta watch out for a strong breeze.
Hey, look, the wind is a cruel mistress, and I think we can all attest to that.
Wind usually foretells the sign of imminent, well, danger. You listen to the wind, to give you clues.
Actually, the wind is just merely a scientific phenomena that occurs upon this world in its rotation, so it is nothing more than one of the forces that act upon this world. Whatever your proverbs may say.
Alright, but where does it come from? I thought the trees made it.
The trees do indeed make many a thing, but this is not the time to be talking about this sort of thing. This is a time of merriment. I mean, how else are we supposed to blow off steam after we have encountered a bunch of half-eaten corpses?
Eat the other half.
Before we go off to our inevitable deaths. Wait, you eating corpses?
So, as you are having this conversation, the individual at the hammer and bell and the high striker, as you are walking and talking and discussing your options, looks up at your direction, Skrunkly. Whoa! Looks like someone hasn't skipped a meal. What say you? Come, have a try. See if you can ring the bell.
Skrunkly's just gonna look down at her shorter compatriots and then back at the guy and just start walking over there.
All right. We are going to do the first roll of the game. You will be making an attribute roll, a strength roll. And in Shadow of the Weird Wizard, if you are not attacking a stat, the DC is always 10. So please, make me a strength roll, Skrunkly.
Yeah, she's just gonna spit on her hands and then grab the fucking hammer thingy and try to slam it down. Strength, no boons, no banes, just normal.
Does your path grant you any boons?
No. Only for murder.
Well, if you wish, Teach, being a priest, you can use your reaction to grant Skrunkly a boon with a prayer.
I do believe that I can do that. However, just in case, it does say after you use this talent, you lose access to it. So is that counted as resetting during a short rest? That is correct?
Does it say luck ends afterwards?
It does say luck ends.
Effects that say luck ends only come into play during combat. So you would have to make a luck roll if you were in combat to regain your ability to pray. But outside of combat, you do not have to worry about that, because effects like that will return to you after a combat encounter anyways. So you're free to pray outside of combat all day long.
Awesome. I have never played with a luck ends feature like that. So that was actually that was me discovering it. Okay, so as Skrunkly takes to the hammer and bell game, Teach will put one foot forward as he places the other on his neck scarf as he looks over towards Skrunkly. Remember what I have taught you, dear disciple. I know that you can remember how to hit harder than you did last time, as he sort of takes his hand away from his neck scarf and places it forward as feints of little blue glows of light sort of enshroud Skrunkly for a little bit. And now you gain 1 boon to your strength roll.
Yippee. But
Wait, what?
What?
I think I hit +1 instead of just a 1 on the boon thing, and it made it a ++ and made it automatically 0.
Do not use plus, just
It
1.
says plus or minus, so I figured I'd put the plus.
And we're also learning how it works with Roll20.
It works pretty bad.
There you go.
Oh, it's a pretty good roll.
Yes, in Shadow of the Weird Wizard, you have the opportunity to get a critical success, which is when you roll over 20 and also beat the DC by 5.
So, it's like Lancer.
Ah, nice. And since the DC was only 10, you definitely beat it by 5. So as you spit on your hands, grab the hammer, feel the blessing of Teach, you strike down, and the stone within flies up to the bell, rings it, and the bell flies off. The individual, the man at the game, is like, you broke it. No. Sorry, folks. I don't think we'll be able to play this again, but you've won this. And he hands you a little voucher. It has a picture of a pumpkin and a picture of a pie. A free pumpkin pie on us. Oh, what am I gonna do now?
He's gonna look a little embarrassed and like very apologetically is like, oh.
Teach is just giving you a slow clap from the crowd as he looks mildly proud of you.
I step forward a little bit. Sir, do you know where the bell landed?
As you ask that, coming crashing into the ground, after a few moments, the bell lands a few yards away and makes a ting. Oh, well, speak of the devil.
Nietzsche's just gonna dive into a ditch. Just full on prone.
Everybody.
All is good.
Yes. The villagers around, as you dive into the bush, they all start looking around like, what happened? Is everything okay?
Well, why'd she do that?
I don't know.
I pop up after I realize that it's landed, brush myself off. Yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, it landed. No worries. Nobody's gonna die soon yet. Now. Ever. Bye. And then she just walks back to the party.
How big is this bell?
The bell itself is probably fit in both of your hands, Tiffy.
Okay, I take it, and I ask to the gentleman, would you like to help me, please? And I gesture that he might, like, I don't know, pick me up so I can like reach the top of the thing of the attraction.
Oh, I don't think I think it's beyond repair, but sure. He'll lower down so you can get on his shoulders.
Yeah, I step on his shoulders, and as soon as he goes up, I put the bell into place. I hold it like with one hand, like so it doesn't tip over, and then I do a very, very long draw on my pipe, like, and then I breathe out, and the whole like bell becomes like engulfed in smoke. And once the smoke kind of dissipates, the bell is correctly on its place. It's mended as I cast magical mending on it, and I say, "Oh, that should do it." And then I jump off from the guy's shoulders.
Huh. I'll be damned. Wow. Everyone, game on. Here. This isn't enough. He starts to hand you a voucher as well for a free pumpkin pie, and he reaches into his pouch and pulls out 4 copper. Let me thank you. Thank you.
No problem. Oh, I turn to the group. Well, wanna do something else now? Oh, and then I realize that he's still talking to me.
No, he is not talking to you. Out of character. Tell us about this ability of yours. Where did you get it, Tiffy?
So this is a class feature of the Hobgoblin class. It says, you can use an action to touch one size 1 or smaller object in reach. The target regains all lost health. You can use this talent a number of times equal to 1 plus half your level. You regain expended uses after you rest.
Most excellent.
Little question actually to that, because it says 1 plus half your level. Do we round up or do we round down?
We round down.
Okay, then I have 1 use of this talent for the day.
Anyone else wish to partaketh in any of the festivities?
Although Teach was interested in one of the games prior, he is going to turn a more quizzical eye as he is going to begin searching around like a little bit, still keeping at the party's side, but he's more going to be on the job per se.
I would love to see you do the tightrope, actually. Teach.
Oh, you want to see me up there? Teach sort of like looks over to the rope. He's a little bit more nervous now, per se, as he's just like, I'm sure I could give it the best shot, but you know, we're also on the clock here. You know, we've got to find these people, like assailants and whatnot. You know.
We have time. I mean, what even is time? passes so quickly and yet so slow. What about you? You haven't shown any interest in the game, so I turn over to Neesha.
Teach on the tightrope would be kind of like hanging laundry, right?
Yeah, it would be.
It's like his natural environment, so you should do good.
Teach sort of looks around for a moment and sees Isha looking a little bit anxious as he places his gloved hand just for like a pat on the back, and he's just like, Isha, you need to stop worrying about so many things. Look, just pick one of these games and I'm sure that you will have a great time with whatever you pick.
Is that you just telling me that you're afraid to do the tightrope? Because it's really not that hard. I mean, I could show you. Well, how high is it? And she kind of like starts walking towards the tightrope to see how high up it is.
Roughly 1 yard, 3 feet high.
This won't kill anyone. I've done worse.
Oh, it looks like we have someone interested in trying your luck.
The halfling man you saw was walking across it before.
Seems like everyone's scared to give it a try, but you, looks like you can handle it. Step right up, step right up. If you make it to the other side, you win a prize.
He nods sheepishly as she kind of steps forward. Just across the other side, right? That's it?
Easy done. You saw me do it. Anybody can do it.
She'll kind of step up and see about going onto it.
All right. Normally, I would make you roll an agility roll to walk across. But since Neesha has the profession of acrobat, I will not make you roll at all to cross the rope. Though, if you want to do it fancy and do a few tricks, then I would make you roll an agility roll, but I would give you a boon because of your profession.
Fuck it. This is the one time that she's a little bit more comfortable, so I guess I will try to make it a little bit fancier.
And Teach, you are allowed to pray for this as well, which would give Neesha 2 boons. Now, boons don't stack, but you would take the highest of the 2. And a boon, for those who do not know, is a bonus D6 to the D20 roll.
Ooh, nice.
Peach will look over to Isha preparing their rope walk. He is silently hoping that it might not go the best after the slight insult which hurt his personal ego, but nevertheless he sucks it up and gives a little prayer as she begins, and he sort of once again clutches his hand to his clothing chest as he begins muttering under his breath.
All right, Neesha, give me an agility roll with 2 boons.
So do I do +2 in the macro? Or just 2?
No plus, just 2.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
That is a critical success. Please, Neesha, describe your acrobatics as you cross this tightrope.
So she's going to poke at the rope sheepishly at first, with her quarterstaff, and then she's going to take a few steps back, and then kind of do like a pole vault with the quarterstaff, and just land on it and kind of like do a forward cartwheel, and then start to tiptoe as it as she goes about halfway, gets all the way towards the end. Right as the quarterstaff is falling, she'll grab it, flip it over her, and she'll then like flip off of it. And the quarterstaff is just a little bit too far, and she reaches for it. And she'll kind of like fall a little bit using the quarterstaff to hold her up. It was impressive towards the end where she's just like looking around. It's like, oh, there's no way. It's like, that was a bit too easy.
As you had started your trek across the rope, a small crowd gathered around and cheered and praised you for your abilities, and the halfling, what? That must have been some kind of magic trick. That no one could have done that.
It wasn't magic. It's just well, growing up, I've had a lot of practice doing that. I mean, you were impressive too. She says that she kind of like pokes at the rope just to see if there was magic as soon as he says that.
Hey, yeah. Well, thank you, but your prize here. And he goes and grabs you a voucher for a free pumpkin spice muffin.
She'll grab it and like wave it at Teach, not knowing that he wanted her to fail. It's like, see, easy.
Ah, yes. I mean, for somebody of your skill set, it was certainly going to be a gleaming success from the very beginning.
Thank you.
Now how's about I show off my divine role in playing this thimble rig over here? I have heard that this is sometimes a fairly easy scam in other parts of this world, but I'm sure the people of this village are more than trustworthy.
As you approach the Heron Lady, she is getting done with another villager. Oh, sorry. Next time. Don't worry. You can still purchase a pumpkin spice tea from Maribel, but oh, you quite warm in that get-up, are you?
Oh, you could certainly say that, but I love to keep Teach sort of like look side to side slightly, as he's like warm during this time of year. But I have seen from a distance that you have this game out in front of you, and I was interested in participating.
Oh, yes. If you find the nut under the shell, then you win a nice hot pumpkin spice tea to help keep you warm. Yes. She shows you a small walnut as she places it under one of the shells. Okay, keep your eyes on it. And she starts shuffling the shells really quickly, and with your true vision, you can see it every single step of the way. Moves to the right, switches over to the far left, spins around, switches to the middle, and then all the way to the right. Okay, which one is it?
So it is definitely in the right-hand one, is this correct?
Correct.
Teach will look about for a second, clearly seeing the nut in the right-hand one, as he quickly places a finger upon it without a second doubt. He's like, I do believe that this shell contains the nut.
Her eyes go wide for a minute.
Oh,
She lifts it up.
you're correct. You're the first one that's got it all afternoon. I thought no one would find it in the whole time for the festival, but congratulations. Here. Enjoy your pumpkin spice tea. I hope it warms your body and soul.
Why, thank you, dear peasant. I shall enjoy this cup of pumpkin spice. I will definitely enjoy tasting it with my taste buds. Yes, my taste buds, as he steps up and begins to walk away.
And as you walk away, you see a human woman. She thick. She's got nice long brown hair. Start setting up pumpkins on this makeshift stage.
All right, everyone. The pumpkin carving contest will begin. Do we have any takers? Any takers?
And you see a few of the villagers start shuffling up towards this little stage. I'll try my hand.
Yeah, sure, please.
Hey, actually, a question for the DM. So, I am a Tatterdemalion and I am bound to the clothes that I wear, but am I bound to all of the clothes that I wear? Or can I just wear some as accessories?
Oh, of course. You can accessorize as a Tatterdemalion.
Oh, I see. In that case, would it be prudent to make it so that my fez is merely a fashion object so I can remove it at will?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay, so... sorry, back into character. So, Tiffy, you said that you hadn't carved a pumpkin for a while.
Yeah.
I've cooked up a little idea. Want to have a bit of a surprise with people?
Sure. I'm always up for surprises.
Okay, so Teach gets, like, up close to Tiffy quickly to explain his idea, as he's just like, so if I simply take off my fez, nobody will be able to see that I don't have a head. So simply put, just carve a hole in the bottom of the pumpkin and it'll look like I'll be wearing a pumpkin on my head with no head.
So you want me to make you a helmet, then?
Of sorts. It will just more look like a little bit of a... what do they call it in the west provinces? I believe it is a Halloween decoration. I believe they have something of a headless horseman over there.
Sure, I can make one for you.
Go for it.
I go over to the carving station.
I'll get to you in a second. What is Skrunkly up to while the others are entertaining themselves?
She's still just like observing all of her party members doing all their respective stuff. She still feels a little bad about destroying the bell, so she doesn't want to like participate in anything else in case she also wrecks those as well.
Has she turned in her ticket for her pumpkin pie?
Not yet. She's waiting for all of the rest of her party members to do their own thing so they can all go at once, so it's less awkward of her just eating an entire pie next to them.
Cool. Though I thought it would be funny. So, yeah, you approach Tiffy, and the lady is standing in front of the stage, grabbing the pumpkins and handing them out to prospective pumpkin carvers.
Would you like to participate in the pumpkin carving?
Yes, sure, Cardinal Michael. How much to participate?
Why, everything's free here. We're just here to have a good time and celebrate the wonderful harvest this year.
Well then, one pumpkin, please.
She will grab a pumpkin and hand it down to you.
I get my dagger and I start carving. I will start with a hole in the bottom, and then I like rip everything out, like the whole like flesh. I guess the flesh will be reused for like pumpkin soup or something.
Oh,
and then I will come up with a design of Let's say I'm gonna go like something like classic in a sense, and like, you know, I have like the triangle eyes and like the like triangle nose, but like the mouth is going to be like a normal mouth, but it has just like one tooth like on one side, like one square tooth basically. Like that's the design I want to go for. What do I roll, Sage?
I would say for the actual carving itself, an agility roll makes sense to me, unless you have another thought.
No, I don't think I have any other thought. Does Teach want to pray for his new hat?
Teach does in fact pray, as this time he's more crossing his fingers underneath part of his coat as his gaze is fixated on Tiffy, as he's just chanting to himself under his breath, just, please don't be silly. Please don't be silly. Please don't be silly, just over and over and over again, watching her carve.
Yeah. Not bad. Not good. Average.
Yes.
Exactly what I wanted.
Exactly what you described. You carve it to your specifications, nothing fancy, but it is exactly what you wanted, though you do see a few of the other villagers. One of them fancies themselves an artiste, and they're carving some kind of scene within their pumpkin.
Well, I take the pumpkin, I leave the pumpkin flesh there, and I go over to Teach, and here you go, friend.
Oh, why, thank you. Well, how about you? I put my hand behind like Tiffy's back as I walk them back over to where they were doing, and just like, just a moment, folks, as sort of like Teach like bends over like away from the crowd as he takes off his fez. Tiffy's obviously seen this before with just like basically just no head whatsoever, just the clothes of his body, as he puts on the pumpkin over the top of where his head should be, and then just immediately turns to the crowd and just is like, boo.
You see Neesha like jump for a second when you go boo. What did I say about doing that?
A few children will gasp, and a little boy will scream, and then a little girl will approach you, Teach.
How did you get your head in there?
Well, if you have a closer look, as he like angles himself a little closer, that you can just see there's no head inside whatsoever. It is just the pumpkin.
Her eyes go wide, and she grabs the pumpkin as a child would, and tries to pull it. Does it come off?
Does it come off? You tell me.
I'll let you decide.
How about we make a luck roll for that?
Ooh, I like that. All right, then I will make a luck roll as the child. A luck roll is a straight D20 roll, no stats added, and the DC, of course, is 10. The little girl grabs it, looking into it, not seeing anything. I don't see nothing. And she pulls it, and the pumpkin comes right off your head, and some of your clothing kind of ruffles and falls off a shoulder, which there is no shoulder. She lets out a scream, and as she does that, the individual carving the nice fancy image on the pumpkin looks up and stabs too hard into the pumpkin, ruining their image, and screams as well. And the villagers start to crowd around. What's going on? What happened?
I don't know. I pulled the pumpkin off and there's nothing inside the clothes.
Oh boy.
Teach Teach will look around for a moment and go up to the child and just like take the pumpkin back off them, and he's just like, don't you know that a child of your age should have more manners than just to simply remove the clothes of others? I always knew that these rural villages were not for civilized folk. As he like puts the pumpkin back and like adjusts it slightly, as he's just like, I bid you good day, as he begins to like stride forward in like a more comical stride, like swinging his arms as he picks the clothes from where his right shoulder should be and like shifts them back up again.
All this has gained the attention of Brother Michael as well, and he approaches to calm the crowd. Now, everyone, don't worry. I've spoken with this individual before. They're actually working for me. They're okay. They may just be a spirit. A spirit? Don't worry. They're helping us. They're helping the village, and they're our honored guests, so I'm scared. Don't worry. Gather around, everyone. It's time for the sun's starting to set. It's time for the evening speech, and, well, I don't know about the pumpkin carving contest now. Seems like everybody's lost their will to carve, but don't worry. Please. Everyone gather around, and Brother Michael begins to take the stage and starts to address everyone. Now, like I said, we've had a great harvest this year. Thank Grandfather Tree for the blessings of our plump and bountiful pumpkins. And as Brother Michael starts to give this speech, you see a few of the villagers, some of the young villagers, teenagers, start to walk off away from the stage, and Brother Michael continues. I said a few prayers for the next year as well, and I'm sure Grandfather Tree will bless our next harvest. Here's to another bountiful year. Here. And as he's having this speech, as the sun begins to set, you hear a scream as one of the teenagers comes running up.
They grabbed her. They grabbed my girlfriend.
And as she says that, a creature leaps upon her back. As this creature leaps onto this woman's back, it looks up snarling at the crowd, and you hear more approaching from behind. They snarl and look, and now we go into combat rounds. In Shadow of the Weird Wizard, enemies always go first in any order, followed by players in any order. Though you can use your reaction to take the initiative to go before the bad guys. So, players, does anyone wish to take the initiative?
I would love to start out, because they are all very well positioned there. Tiffy will see all these monsters coming up, and she's gonna run up here, like on the stage. I think that's about the movement that I have. And then 5 yards. Oh, that's bad. Never mind. You know what? Fuck it. I'll use the sling. I have a sling with me, which has 15 feet of range. So I'm just going to load it up with one of the iron bullets that I have, and I will swing it and just try to hit this one for now.
Make a roll.
That is a 20.
That is a hit and a critical success if you have any bonuses for a critical success with your sling.
I believe it does, because it says it has the bludgeoning trait. So that means, on a critical success, the target becomes vulnerable until the end of your next turn. And it also takes 4 damage.
Nice.
Vulnerable. +1 boon on rolls to attack you or against your attributes. So anyone who is attacking this guy will get an extra boon.
Nice. We see Tiffy scurry over and hop up onto the stage. And I forgot to tell you, Tiffy, but it's okay because you hit in critical success. Because you are on the stage, you have a combat circumstance known as having the high ground. So you would have gotten an extra boon on that roll to attack.
I will keep that in mind for next time.
Does anyone else wish to use their reaction to take the initiative?
I shall be reserving my reaction.
Okay, so the one that leaped upon the young lady is going to try to grapple her and successfully grabs her and starts to drag her away, but is only able to get that far as the other ones rush towards the crowd. They, out of character, have a speed of 5, so the one that you hit was only able to get that far, Tiffy. So they will use their action to run to triple their speed so they can get around and behind thee. The other 3 leap upon this poor soul here and start to try to slash with their claws and gnaw with their teeth upon this poor individual. Each of these creatures actually would have gotten an extra boon, 2 boons, because they have the circumstance of surround target. So when they make a melee attack against a target within reach of at least one ally, they get a boon, and they get a natural boon for their attacks anyway. So it would have been at 2 boons, but unfortunate for this individual, the first attack is going to do 7 points of damage, and you see him tense up for a moment. A wave of lethargy just rushes over him, and then the next 2 attacks are gonna be more brutal because of the effect of the ghoul's touch. And yes, I noticed I accidentally wrote 2d5, but it was supposed to be 2d6. It's okay. I do not feel this individual will make it through this. They leap onto this poor man. He cries in pain as the first claw wrenches into his side and falls to his knees as the other ones pounce upon him, start taking bites out of him and ripping their claws into his flesh. And then they look up at the other individuals. And for this, I'm going to count the non-playable characters as quote-unquote enemies, so they will take their turn now, and you see the crowd start to flee from the scene. As I move these tokens away, who wishes to go first between our heroes?
But when it's like speed like 5 or 6, is that how many squares you can move, question mark?
Correct.
Like D&D 4, you got it.
Is each square 5 yards?
I count each square as 1 yard, so you would have 5 squares of movement, basically.
Oh, okay. So each square is... So... 50. Okay, got it.
Brother Michael will, as the individual gets clawed into, I'll come and help you, I'll heal you. Oh no, I don't think I can heal that.
Everyone, get
Oh.
to safety. Get to safety. Please, you four, please help us.
I could go first.
I was gonna ask, which one was the one that Tiffy shot at? I lost them in the sauce of all the people moving.
They're the ones who approached Tiffy and went to flank
This
them.
one.
I could go first as a group of them clumped up together.
I mean, go ahead. There's no initiative order in this game.
Is it diagonal every other counts as twice, or is it just, it doesn't matter?
No, we are not using Pathfinder rules. Diagonals are just fine.
Okay. Neesha's gonna run up, and she's gonna be like, please, 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 please. Oh God, I think he doesn't stand a chance. And she's like, he's already dead. She's muttering to herself, he's already dead, he's already dead. He won't feel this, he's already dead. And I'm going to cast a spell. Clamor. Should I explain what it is? Do you want me just to click the button?
Oh, please enlighten us. What is clamor? And also, when you're done enlightening us, please explain what it looks like when Neesha casts a spell.
Clamor is it says here, a loud noise sounds inside a target space. It carries 50 yards. It has a range of 15 yards. One sized 5 space. So is that like, how big is that one sized 5 space?
5 by 5 squares.
Really? So she's gonna cast it like up near the pumpkins. This area. That's to not hit anyone other than the 3 and, well, unfortunately the person who's also probably already dead. It is an AoE. Each creature takes 1d6 damage and then makes an intellect roll. If they fail, they take an additional 2d6 and become deafened. Neesha is gonna run up, and just like fight or flight, she sort of at this moment is more fight. She reaches forward in her hand. As her hand kind of glows like a purplish pinkish hue, she essentially kind of just yells out to like run to the people. It's like the village is under attack. She's like, if you're not fighting, run. And that kind of like sound starts to like originate from the center of the point where she pointed around the 3 creatures there. She's kind of giving a warning to everybody to run, but then that sound is so loud, I guess it does damage to them.
Let's roll that damage.
I was just to hit this. Oh, it just does it there. Cool.
All right, so they take 1d6 damage. No, they don't get a save or anything for that roll, so go ahead and give me the 1d6 damage. And now each of them needs to make an intellect roll or take more damage. I will start with the first one and go clockwise. This is going to be a straight d20 roll because they have +0 to their intellect out of character.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunately, the dice are in my favor, and they all succeed on the roll, but you can see as your sound clamors out, has no effect on the poor villager as they have already perished, but the other 3, blood trickles down their ears as this sound rings out. All the villagers kind of stop for a moment from their running to look back and then collect themselves and continue fleeing the scene. Skrunkly or Teach, who wishes to go next?
Another question. When it says a target has already been attacked, does that work with spells too, or is it just like whappy attacks?
Which effect are you asking about?
As a warg, I have pack tactics. When you attack a target that has already been attacked during the same round, you roll with +1 boon.
That sounds a little open-ended, but as far as interpretation, I, Malinim, will interpret it as since they have been damaged, they have been attacked. So, enjoy your boon.
Yippee.
And remember, if you attack this guy behind me, you get another boon as well.
Would you like to go, Skrunkly?
Yeah. Gotta calculate my movement. 5 speed. If I were to go over there, I could hit them. And hit both of them. Skrunkly believes in Tiffy, and even though it would be probably more beneficial to attack from Tiffy, she's gonna put herself in more harm's way just so that they don't beat the shit out of what's her name? Rain's character.
Niche.
Alright, then I will run over to this ghoulie over here, and as I'm running, I'm gonna morph into a giant wolf person, like just a wolf in general, assume like the werewolves in Twilight ass type of huge. I'm still like a size 1 person, but I'm just a really big wolf.
Nice.
This ups my natural defense by 1, increases my speed by 1, and gives me the Strider trait. I don't remember what the Strider does. I looked it up last night and I couldn't find it.
You ignore difficult terrain.
Thank you. I'll keep forgetting I can't just Google stuff for this game.
Yes, it is too bad. More people should be playing this game or giving it a try. It needs more love for sure. So we see Skrunkly rush across the town square, their form morphing into a giant wolf as they bring their fangs to this creature. Please roll your attack.
I munch. I'm gonna munch. I'm gonna crunch. With a +1 boon. Thanks to my pack tactics. 26.
Ooh. That is definitely a critical success. 12 points of damage. Let us see what the piercing trait does for your attack.
Piercing. On a critical success, target is weakened until the end of your next turn. Weakened. You make strength and agility rolls with 1 bane and grant 1 boon on rolls against your strength and agility. Your speed is halved and you cannot benefit from increases to your speed.
Thank you.
So that guy is fucked.
Yes, especially so because since I am a warg as my novice path, I have knockdown, which means every time I critically succeed on a roll to attack, while in my wolf form, the creature has to make a strength roll, and on the failure, they're knocked prone.
Unfortunately, they are able to, well, actually, they get a bane, right?
I don't get a bane from it because I'm super cool and piercing.
Ah, yes. They are weakened, so I will roll a d20 and we will subtract 2 to the roll. So it's still a success, but this one is looking very bad right now. Barely hanging on to their unlife as your fangs rip into them and as you try to pull them down. Teach, you are
Ripping out of their shoulders, shaking my head violently like a dog.
Ah, nice. Teach, you are the final player to take their turn. What do you wish to do?
Okay, so let us take a look at the range of this fellow. 9 squares. Teach is going to take a couple of steps forward as his gaze fixates over on the ghoul to the right. I know that you called them ghouls, but in character, do we know if they are undead or a fiend, possibly?
With your profession of your academic profession and you being a priest and the evidence and clues you found previously to this, you are able to put 1 and 1 and 1 together and Teach. You do know, in fact, these are ghouls, individuals cursed for eating flesh of their own kind.
Okay, so what Teach does is he draws a ledger from beneath his robes and unfurls it as it begins to float within his left hand, his right hand going towards his face as he looks over to the far ghoul to the right as he begins. Unhand this peasant, you foul beast, and casts Holy Denunciation. So presenting my holy symbol, which is my ledger, and it can hear and see me. So I need to make a will roll against the target's will, and because I know that it is a ghoul, I roll with one bane, or one boon, sorry, and on a success, the target is held. So, what is the will? What is the roll?
You make a will roll, and you'll get a boon, correct? And since you haven't used your reaction this round, you can pray for yourself as well if you want to have to make a luck roll at the end of the round. But right now, just make a will roll, and I'll let you know if you succeed the target number, which I know.
Oh, you think I need a prayer for such a mere beast such as this? Watch and gaze in my brilliance.
A 10, is it? Well, fortunately for you, the DC is lower than 10, so what does it look like when your holy denunciation takes effect?
So as Teach is holding up his ledger with his hand, it slowly goes towards his face, him holding like the position of his eyes, so his pinprick white eye is like peering beneath his index finger and his middle finger towards this ghoul as mathematical equations begin flying around and the equal sign wrapping around this creature as he's like, I guess this equals your demise, as he throws his hand like to his right, and it sort of like wraps around him like rope almost.
Ruby, could you please tell us what the held affliction means for this creature?
Yes. Held. Your speed drops to 0, and creatures rolling against your agility have an automatic success.
Excellent. And since she was unable to take her turn, or I skipped over her, the peasant, as you called her, Teach, will take this opportunity to flee around the building away from this creature, screaming all the way. And that brings us to the end of round 1. If there was any luck rolls to be made, this is when we would make them, but since not, does anyone wish to use their reaction to take the initiative and go before the bad guys?
Actually, yes, I would. I have a plan. So, I have a nifty little talent called Secret Passage, and what it looks like, as the ghoul tries to flank Tiffy, she will like look behind her really quick and then like draw on the pipe, cough, and you have like a moment of like Tom Scott vanishing. And I will appear in the field here as the smoke kind of like throws itself into the pumpkins, and Tiffy will appear. And I will do another big hit on the pipe and just blow it out like in front of me, and out of the smoke comes a bunch of knives and swords and spoons and forks and whatnot, and they all kind of rain down on all of these ghouls in front of me, because this has a 5x5 range. So this. And all of them need to make a luck roll, please. And they also do take 2d6 damage. All of them. They all take 11 damage. And whoever fails the luck roll will take 5 extra damage.
That is beautiful. I will get that set up. I love the description and everything. That's so cool.
Do you want me to read the spell as well?
Oh, please enlighten us.
So this spell is from the Conjuration tradition. It's called Rain of Blades. You snatch knives, daggers, forks, and other sharp things from all around and cause them to appear in the air above the target space. The blades fall and disappear after they land. Each creature and object in the space, and not under hard shelter, takes 2d6 damage. A creature makes a luck roll. On a failure, the creature takes an extra 1d6 damage. So yeah, roll me some luck rolls.
All right. These two here, since they've recently tasted flesh, it kind of subsides their curse. So they will make a luck roll as normal. But this one here has not tasted flesh this day, so they make their luck roll with a bane for being cursed. For the cursed one, that will be a 3, they fail. For the ones whose curse is
Subdued?
subdued, thank you. 2 successes, unfortunately, but please describe as the one that is in the jaws of Skrunkly and the one that once held the peasant meet their demise.
So the one that is next to Skrunkly, you see it gets a butter knife into its head, actually. Like, there was not much more that actually finishes it's off. The other one, though, gets impaled by a, what do you call them? Big ones like trident kind of thing that farmers use. Pitchforks, yeah. It's going to be impaled by a pitchfork.
Nice.
And
that's my turn.
the other 2 are not looking very good right now after taking 13 total damage between the conjured tools and the clamor. They are not looking very good. They actually start to look afraid, like they may flee the scene. And it is their turn unless someone wishes to use their reaction to take the initiative.
I do.
Go for it, Skrunkly.
Since the one that was in my mouth thrashing about is now dead, she's gonna step over onto its over its corpse, just immediately try to jump onto the one next to it. Then they do another munch. +1 boon because they were stabbed. Were they stabbed?
Oh, they are riddled with kitchen utensils as well as a few farming tools.
23 to hit, 11 damage.
Please describe how you end this creature's existence.
As she leaps forward, she just grabs onto its head with her mouth, and her paws are on its shoulder, and she just thrashes about until its head gets ripped off and just leaves her mouth flying into the air behind her. Probably landing near some of the villagers that are running.
It lands next to the heron lady. She lets out a hi as she picks up her pace to run a little bit faster. Neesha or Teach, would you like to take the initiative?
I would.
Go for it.
So, Neesh, seeing the absolute mess Skrunkly has made, just trembles and is oh no, that's very, please don't do that to me. And but she'll point at the one next to it and do this. That's 10 yards, so she'll move up to get in range. That's 10 there.
No, you're still thinking in another system.
Another system, sorry. So she's just gonna cast it from there. So it's gonna be an intellect roll against its intellect, and no boons or banes on that one, right? Because there's no bonus.
Well, actually, I think you are a mage, right?
I am.
As a mage, you have a cool talent of your arcane focus that can give you a boon if you want so.
But it is only once per day per level, so you would only have one use of it.
I'm good. I won't use it because just in case.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Definitely. And on a critical success, the target reduces its health by 10 more. So please tell us about this talent of yours, false harm, and what does it look like when Neesha inflicts it?
As Skrunkly is doing that, you see Neesha she kind of shudders and she's like, oh, that really would be really bad if that happens. And she reaches out and you see another illusion of Skrunkly doing the same thing to the one next to it. And it goes, oh, and if it did it like this, it would rip this arm out. Oh my goodness. So like she's all like describing it, and by describing it, she's like willing it into existence. And then the same thing happens to the one next to it.
And this is from an illusion talent, so this creature, I don't know if anybody else sees it, but this creature sees it, and it feels another Skrunkly ripping into it, and it feels its health draining, and it gets in its mind so much that it just passes away from the pain.
And Neesha will just yell out, good job, Skrunkly! As it probably looks like Skrunkly killed both of them. Because they don't see what happened to this one.
Excellent. There's only one left, and it will be its turn unless Teach wishes to take the initiative.
So, I have a very stupid idea, and I would like to run it by you to make sure that it is a good amount of flavor and that it works. So, first of all, a Tatterdemalion, as I am a sentient pile of clothes, do those clothes need to be attached to one another at all times or in close proximity?
At least the majority of the clothing that you inhabit.
And say if I were to remove a glove and leave it on, if I were to leave it on a table and walk away, would I know where said glove is?
Within a certain range, I would rule.
Okay. And is this ghoul up here facing my direction, would you say?
It is looking in all directions right now, taking in, especially seeing its allies being torn to shreds by a giant wolf and random utensils.
I have an idea that I wish to run by you. What I would like to do is I would like to move to the edge of the stage. I would like to put my fez on the edge of the stage so it thinks that I am still at the edge of the stage. And as I am silent, I would like to stealth my way around here. And as they are still looking at the entire party, I would like to plant my glove in the back of their pants that I see they are wearing.
Not the jeans.
You know what? I like it. You do move silently as a Tatterdemalion, so I will allow it.
Is there anything that you would like me to specifically roll for? I suppose similar to a sleight of hand and an agility to...
A reverse pickpocket, yes. You would make me an agility roll for that.
Okay, so Teach is going to put his fez on the edge as he is going to silently sneak around, and one straight agility roll as I have used my reaction, so I cannot use prayer or any of my other things. So an 18.
Nice. I get I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yes, you're able to slip a glove within this creature's tattered pants.
You can see that Teach looks visibly disgusted as he does this and sort of crouches down to remain unhidden as he prepares to let this creature escape.
And attempt to escape it will. It will take the run action, tripling its movement. So it will be able to move 15 squares. And if you wish, it is going to run past you, Skrunkly.
Well, we all used our reaction, so...
Good call. Good call. No attack of opportunity from you, Skrunkly, because you used your reaction to take the initiative.
Yeah.
And this creature flees, and the sounds, you hear it snarling and yelling as it disappears out of the village. After assisting with getting the villagers safely away, Brother Michael returns to assess the situation. Oh, is everyone okay? Oh, Farmer John. Oh, he didn't deserve that fate.
Teach will approach around the stage again, picking up his fez and keeping it at a chest height as he walks over to Farmer John.
Another burial. How sad.
It is okay. I do believe that I understand where they are going, as Teach sort of raises his right hand, which is very clearly missing his glove, as nothing is in its place.
You mean you can track them?
I do believe with my spirituality I can discern where they are, but I do advise that we move quickly for, well, we never know how long that this thing is going to last. I've never particularly done anything like this before, so...
Well, if that fails, we also have Skrunkly, right? I bet you can smell good.
I have keen sense, yes, but Skrunkly can't talk because there's currently a dog.
Oh.
Then that might work even better. Just take a whiff of my other hand, and I'm sure that we'll be on the trail in no time.
And Skrunkly, now that you've gotten a chance after the melee has ended and you're able to get a good smell, these creatures reek of the same lair that you found the poor, devoured farmers in.
Come on, Skrunkly. Search. Yeah, where is it?
Yeah, she's gonna start like sniffing the where the glove hand used to be, and just start doing little tippy taps and trot along to where she can try to smell like a little trail from a little gremlin-y ghoul.
I guess we will follow her.
Before you go, I don't have many, and poor Farmer John won't need any, but here, just in case you need them, a couple of elixirs of healing.
Brother Michael will reach into his robes and pull out 2 vials of pinkish liquid. These'll hopefully help. I hope you don't need them, but wow, y'all really put up an amazing fight. Please, yes, find where the one lady who got away, the young lady, comes back around after the fight calms down, when you are getting ready to trail after these creatures and talking with Brother Michael.
Oh, yeah, they took my girlfriend. Please, rescue Annie.
We will try.
Teach will go up and put his other hand on the lady as he says, "We shall do our best. Luckily, these ghouls do not seem to pose too much of an issue, but I would certainly brace for the worst."
Neesha's gonna walk up to the father to grab the elixirs and kind of go, "Yeah, we'll do our best. I mean, I'm sorry I wasn't much help. All I did was warn people to leave and watch Skrunkly kill everything, completely hiding the fact that she actually killed one and did some AoE damage."
You stood your ground and were brave in the face of danger. That grandfather tree blesses you for your service tonight.
Thank you. And she kind of like bows a lot lower than like comfortable, and then she kind of scurries off back to the party. She's like, "Do you guys need these?"
I can store it for you. I'm kind of out of the. I think I won't be as effective in the next fight. So having this to help you guys would be good. And I would take the elixir, like one of them.
I look over at Teach, see if he wants the other, or Skrunkly.
Skrunkly is a dog.
Fair enough.
I mean, healing potions definitely work on dogs. I mean, it's standard veterinary care. I do not see why you cannot give this potion to a dog. But I suppose that none of us were particularly injured in the fight. I can certainly hold on to some if you would like.
She awkwardly hands it to the hand that's missing before she realizes, like, oh, sorry, and goes to the other hand.
Oh, it's fine. Teach, opens his robe to place them in, as you see a good number of rows of pockets that he's all sewn into himself as he just places them in there.
Let's follow the dog.
Yes, indeed. Let us follow the dog.
What the dog doing?
I knew someone would say that.
Fare thee well, peasants. I'm sure that we'll be back with glory and girlfriends soon enough.
I'll just say Skrunkly is 6 feet when she's a dog, so she's probably gonna have to slow herself down so you guys can all keep up with her and stuff.
I told you that we should have expended our expenses on a saddle before we left the last town.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
I could probably just conjure a saddle.
Well, I mean, a saddle might also not be the best idea because we want to follow this thing to his lair. If we're going to be too fast, we might end up catching it midway.
Then let's get to it. But not as fast then.
Starting with you, Skrunkly. Describe what it looks like while you're tracking. Give me a tracking montage, the four of you.
It's a lot of just sniffing at the ground, at the air. Every once in a while stopping to sniff at a tree or a piece of dirt that might have been kicked up or where with some little blood or whatever from when they got smashed in the head with a rock earlier from the sling. There's little trails every here and there, so she's running along.
And we see Skrunkly's nose find a shoe that was dropped off, a petite small shoe that a female peasant would wear.
Yeah, Skrunkly's gonna start whining and barking towards it.
Should I give her a treat now?
What would constitute a dog treat within this world?
Something made out of flesh.
Look, I'm sure she got plenty of her fill back at the farmer's lodge, okay?
Okay.
So you'll notice as we're traveling, Neesha is always very jumpy and skittish. And occasionally from time to time, you'll notice I don't know, a bird or a squirrel just drop dead from a tree or the sky. As she just instinctively false harms things around her, and then sometimes ends up accidentally damaging or killing. I wouldn't say killing, but they just kind of fall or they make noises because it's again an illusion. I'm not sure how much HP, but it's just kind of a weird thing that's going on that's she's definitely on edge. So it's just this weird trail of wounded things behind her.
Love it, perfect. For the montage, we see Skrunkly getting ahead of the party ever so often, sniffing the air, sniffing the ground, finding spots of blood, finding the shoe, stopping to wait for the others to catch up. Teach explaining the lore of ghouls and how they originated as he follows along with Tiffy puffing on their pipe, keeping up as well A little further back, the timid Neesha, scurrying up to keep close, jumping at shadows and casting false harms on nocturnal woodland creatures, yipping and scurrying closer, trying to keep up. After 30 minutes or so, the trail leads you, Skrunkly, to a walled graveyard inside a hollow